Okay, what is up, everybody? Good evening and welcome to the stream. Although I am seeing some problems with the stream, it looks like my viewer count froze and also my stream chat crashed, but it just came back like the moment that I started talking. Wow. Thanks for joining me here tonight for the continuation of Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. A playthrough that's probably going to be continuing for the next 14 months. At this rate, because the game is so incredibly long and it takes a lot out of me to do the voice acting. So, hello and welcome. Good evening. 2 hours of solid Phoenix Wright, or Layton versus Wright gameplay tonight on stream. I thank you for joining me. Although, today it seems like the only thing anyone's really talking about and all the thing that's a buzz right now is Destiny, 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 Destiny. And yes, I do know that Destiny is the big hypest thing that is coming out tomorrow and or midnight tonight, depending on where you live. Some people, it already came out because they live on the other side of the planet. Destiny, Destiny, Destiny. So yes, I am fully aware that Destiny comes out. Yes, I am fully aware that people want to play it. People want to see me play it. Very nice. I am getting the game. However, some people, of course, I guess, don't watch the weekend preview and don't pay attention to the stuff that I've been talking about all week, and they're asking me, Phil, are you going to the midnight release of Destiny? Phil, are you going to be playing with fans? So very quickly, even though not a lot of people really, quite honestly, watch the pre-streams that I record, I really record it more for a reason that no one steals my content. I will give you a very brief explanation and rundown of how Destiny is going to work, okay? Starting tomorrow, not tonight at midnight, no, tomorrow, I'm going to be playing Destiny. Now, some people immediately, the first question, well, Phil, I don't understand. Why aren't you playing Destiny midnight? There's two primary reasons why I'm not doing that. Number one, because I now live on the West Coast. Midnight release on the West Coast is basically 3 a.m. on the East Coast, which is the time I used to do midnight releases. Okay? So I'm going to be 3 hours late if I do a midnight release. Alright? It was just an inevitability of me moving to the West Coast that I was going to lose a few hours. Unless a game, for example, last week, a game like The Sims 4, they didn't have time zones for the release. Instead, they just released it worldwide at midnight Eastern time. So people on the West Coast could play it at 9 p.m. their time, and people on the East Coast were playing it at midnight their time, which was the same time. Okay? So primarily, number one, I would be 3 hours late playing it anyway. That's number one. Number two, because it is a multiplayer game. 100% you're going to want to play the game multiplayer. Okay? You're going to want to play it with people for the campaign, 4-player co-op. You're going to want to do multiplayer lobbies with friends. The whole point of the game is multiplayer. And much like Borderlands, which I did play Borderlands 1 by myself, but much like that game, if you're playing it alone, you're probably doing it wrong. You're not experiencing the full camaraderie, the co-op aspect of the game that they really, I think the game designers are intending you to experience, okay? So, the thing is, if I'm going to be playing multiplayer, I want to be well-rested, I want to be ready to go, raring for action, and not, oh, it's getting late, and now I'm drinking, and I'm not really paying attention to the game. So I weighed and balanced all this stuff in my head, and I said I really don't want to do midnight release for this game, okay? That's not to say that I won't do a midnight release for other games in the future, okay? And there may be games coming up that maybe they will be released earlier on the West Coast. And what I mean by that is the digital. If I get them digitally, a lot of these games sometimes seem to come out a little bit earlier. I don't know. It all depends. My local GameStop pretty much does a midnight release for almost every major game. So if I want, I always have the option to go get them. But I don't feel like it this time around, okay? So here's how I'm going to be you know, enjoying this game. Here's how it's going to go. Starting tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up earlier than usual, probably around 9-something a.m. for me, to head out to my local GameStop and pick up the game right after 10, right after they open. Okay? I'll be coming back home, and I'll be playing. And I'm going to try to play as soon as I can. I can't guarantee you a time. It's going to depend on traffic. It's going to depend on a lot of factors, of course. Geez, my fucking equipment want to work, which it hasn't worked properly this whole past week. I've been having technical issues, all right? Once everything's set up, once everything is set up and ready to go, we'll get started. The way it's going to work is that I am going to team up with people who want to team with me, whether it's, you know, viewers, fans. I've already got a few people who over the course of the week said that they want to play with me. Some people who you guys recognize, some people who you may not recognize. Primarily, I'm thinking it's going to end up being people who are just, you know, random viewers who happen to tell me I want to play, and they get to jump into my game. Okay? So, that being said, you know, it's going to be fun because all week's going to be different. It's not like, oh no, I have to wait for so-and-so to show up so that we can play. It's going to be people jumping in and playing back and forth, stuff like that, whenever people are available. Alright? So, that's how we're going to do it. So tomorrow I'm hoping, you know, that at the latest I get started at my usual time of 2:30 to 3 p.m. Eastern time. I would like to start earlier, but it's going to depend on how long it takes for me to get up and get out there and get the game from GameStop and get home. Okay? So, that's how we're handling first stream tomorrow. Now, keep in mind that more than likely what will happen is the first couple hours of gameplay is going to be me doing the tutorial stuff, unlocking the you know, first locations. What I'm really hoping, and which unfortunately I'm worried about, is that the beginning of the game is going to be exactly the same as the beta. And if it is, it's like, so you have to play through the beta again. And that's going to suck, because a game like Destiny, where you want to see new content, now you're stuck playing 3 hours of the beta again. I hope that's not the case. But, I don't know. It might be, okay? If it is like the beta, you have to play for several hours before you can even unlock the multiplayer of the game. So what I'm thinking of doing is the first stream, okay, is going to be primarily just unlocking stuff and playing through the initial co-op of the game. Okay, that'll be the beginning stream. Now, if I'm liking it, okay, if I'm liking the game, and I've unlocked the multiplayer, and I want to try it, maybe my second stream tomorrow night will be Destiny multiplayer, okay? Because that's different. One's the cooperative gameplay of the campaign. The other is going to be multiplayer, which plays very much like Halo multiplayer, okay? So, that's what I'm thinking of doing tomorrow. Now, let's say tomorrow I do play this game for 4 hours, and after 4 hours I'm incredibly bored. I'm not really liking it. The viewers really, it's not catching on. People aren't really enjoying it. There's no reason that I couldn't just easily do another Leighton vs. Wright stream or Tales of Exilia stream. Keep in mind, those are 2 ongoing playthroughs that I want to go back to from time to time, and it's no reason that I wouldn't do that. But being that tomorrow is the release of this huge game that everyone's hyping up, I want to give it kind of a fair shot that first day. Okay? I want to give it a fair shot. So, I'm thinking that maybe tomorrow will be a Destiny marathon, and then later on in the week we will go ahead and we will play other stuff like Leighton vs. Wright and stuff balanced with Destiny, okay? I'll tell you right now, I have made the official decision to not play NHL 15. I thought about it, I weighed and balanced it in my head, and I said, I've decided at this point NHL 15 is going to be a game that I skip. Not to say that I won't play in the future, another year, but at this time, I don't think it's the right choice to make, being I'm already in the middle of 2 other playthroughs. I'm starting the Destiny playthrough this week. I don't think it would be a smart choice to start it. Okay, so there you go. So, I can't wait to see what people have to say about that. Some people are saying smart choice. Some people are just saying okay. Some people say it's a mistake. I think it's the right choice, because the last thing I would want to do, okay? The last thing I would want to do is start NHL, okay? So now I'm trying to balance Destiny and NHL all week. And then people get bored of NHL or Destiny or both, right? And now the week's over, and I haven't played Leighton versus Wright, and I haven't played Tales of Exilia because I was busy with these two games people didn't really like. You know what I mean? I would rather, okay, if I'm going to continue on, let me continue with the stuff that I've been doing and get further in it, rather than dig myself a deeper hole. And it doesn't really, I mean, I'll be honest with you, out of all the sports, I think NHL probably I know the least. I mean, seriously, I know almost nothing about the rules. All I know is guys go back and forth passing a hockey puck, try to hit it into a net, and then they beat the shit out of each other. That's about it. Ooh, excuse me. So, don't give up hope. If you are someone who likes NHL, and, you know, in the future you wanted to see me play it, there's still a chance. I've just decided that this time around, this year, I am going to skip it. Alright, there's too much going on right now, and I'm too backlogged as it is. Oh yeah, and by the way, tomorrow I am officially trading in Madden because I'm never going to play it again. Tomorrow I'm trading it in. So, there you have it. So, I hope that you guys will join me this week. This week is going to be the Destiny week, basically, where we all check out the game together and we see how it is. And, you know, in 3 to 4 sessions of several hours, can I maybe get through the main campaign? How long is the main campaign of Destiny? You know, I don't know. And I hope that even, you know, if you are getting the game on PlayStation 4, that you consider maybe even playing with me one day, if you have availability during the time frames that I play. I would like to get a variety of people this week to play the game with. You know, the more the merrier, and the more widely varied the merrier, especially for all different builds and stuff. It should actually help out with the gameplay, I think. And that's kind of the experiment we're doing this week. Is it any good? Alright, everybody. So, 2 solid hours of Leighton versus Wright tonight. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you check out the Sims videos from earlier today. If you didn't hear, I did all new stuff in The Sims because it was my final stream of The Sims 4 for quite some time, until there's probably an expansion for it. I got married. The girl got pregnant. Death showed up, started killing people. Death glitched out. He wouldn't leave. All kinds of hilarious stuff. I got old. And it was pretty good. It was fun. So I hope that you guys will check that out as well. If you weren't here for the stream, it was pretty damn good. People who were here on the stream were absolutely loving it. And, you know, that's going to be it for The Sims after a week of playing it. Finally taking a break from it, which is good. Unfortunately, that's not one that I can actually trade in. Alright. And I'm just trying to think if there's anything else right now, and then we'll get started. The only thing I would say is this. I think you guys, if you weren't here for the Sims stream, you should check out the pre-stream of the Sims stream, okay? Because I threw out some ideas there, stuff that I want to do come next year. Original content, something different than me just sitting around playing games all day. Stuff that, yes, will take video editing and effort, but it's stuff that I've wanted to do for a while and didn't have the opportunity, and now that we're in the hardcore gaming season, it's too late to start it. So I'm thinking in early 2015, there's a few ideas that I had of new shows and stuff that I'll be doing. So go watch the pre-stream and take a look and see what you think. I'll probably be talking more about these things on Hate Live this week. I think that'll be one of the highlighted segments of Hate Live, will be me talking about new content in 2015 that I'm looking forward to trying. Should be pretty good. Alright, everyone, so that's going to be it. We are going to end the pre-stream and get started with Leighton versus Wright. Thanks for being here, and let's get this show on the road. Alright.